The grain store of Steinhaus is closely connected with the mining tradition of the Telferer Arntal Valley. The mining factor had his official seat in Steinhaus as early as 1550. The chief mining official was responsible for the smooth running of operations. From his workplace in the factor house, he had to coordinate the numerous processes necessary for the successful extraction, transport, and resale of the ores. The supply of wood to the mine from the forests was just one aspect of the work. The various smelters also had to have a continuous supply of coal ready. The extracted ore had to be brought down from the mountain into the valley and kept there in the ore bins. From there, it was taken on to the smelting works. All these transports employed numerous haulers from the valley to move the ore, timber, and coal. The factor had to meticulously record and bill every single load. Just as important as wood and coal was the food for the miners, who received only part of their wages in money. The rest was paid out in kind. A central role in their diet was played by grain, of which there was never enough available in the valley to supply both the population and the miners. Cereals, therefore, needed to be imported. Supplying the grain that the miners wanted was especially difficult in times of war and hardship, as deliveries were no longer possible. In addition to the factor house used by the mining official, around 1700 a grain store was built in Steinhaus as a depository. While its main function was the storage of grain, other basics in the form of products for payment in kind, such as lard, salt, or materials needed by the miners, were also kept here. The grain store additionally served as a depot for mining requirements, such as wood, iron, and tools. As ores were on occasion stored here until they went for further processing at the smelting plant in Arzbach, the building was also sometimes referred to as an ore shed in documents. A bakery was built next to the granary towards the valley near the River Ahr. Up the hill, the aristocratic Tannenberg and Sternbach families had a Loreto chapel demolished in 1704 in order to replace it with a new church in Baroque style. Steinhaus was also home to the pay office, where the funds for paying the miners and haulers were held. Also belonging to this historic ensemble of buildings is the Ansitz Gassek, which served as an occasional residence for the Tannenberg and Sternbach trading families. In its present form, it dates back to 1713. The coat of arms of the Arner Handel Company appears several times on the facades of the historic buildings in Steinhaus. The company was wound up in 1894, when Hugo, Count of Enzenberg, had to cease mining operations. This event is recorded by a poem on the facade of the former granary, composed by the last local mine operator. The grain store is today one of the 4 sites of the South Tyrol Mining Museum.